All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 36th episode of the Ethan Lew Show. I have a very special guest, dressed in beautiful red dress, Yelena. Come on out.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
What's
this
up?
is so nice.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. You know, today's been a busy day, but you know, it's only Tuesday?
Yeah, it's only Tuesday.
Yeah.
What you been up to?
Just a lot of things. I have, shows coming up, so I've been preparing for that.
Mm-hmm.
I just released a new single called Roomba and my first ever music video as well too.
Okay.
So that was very exciting. That kept me really busy.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I'm still working on another new single, also working on an EP. So there's a lot going on.
Ooh, Roomba.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about where does the name come from? Why is it named after the little robot that cleans my house sometimes?
Right. Well, it is also a dance.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the song is in Spanish. So the song is pretty much just me talking about a toxic relationship.
Oh.
And the reason why I compared it to dance is because I just felt like the relationship was kind of like a back and forth type of thing. And that's kind of how the dance goes. So that's, pretty much how Roomba came about.
What's this toxic? Give me the tea. What happened?
Let's just say it just didn't end well.
Oh.
But it's okay. It's an experience.
You know what? A lot of artists make music about that. And you know what? It's a good way to let it all out.
Yes.
Therapeutic. Was it therapeutic making it?
Yeah.
Heal you?
I would say so. I'm definitely not done with the healing process because I still have a lot more to say. But it definitely helped a little bit for the most part.
Okay, good. Well, you know what? Don't say anything that'll get you in trouble. I know some people that have done things like that and they got in a little bit of trouble. So you know what? As a warning, don't stay safe out there. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
But you recorded a music video too. Well, what's up with this music video?
Yeah, so the music video is actually for Roomba. It was my first ever music video, which was super exciting. A bit stressful, but it came out great. Okay. I got a lot of positive feedback. Everyone that helped me, from the videographer, my own team and everything, I'm grateful for them, and it was an amazing process.
Who was the videographer?
His name is Chris.
I think he's been on the show before.
Really?
Yeah.
He probably has.
What? Oh, you don't watch every episode?
I watched some of the episodes. Trust me, I'm like in tune with what you do.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just kidding. He did come on, and he was a guest. We talked about. So we talked about his work and stuff like that. So
nice.
Check out to Chris for coming on.
Yeah, well now you know that he's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
So and I know my friend Skip, who also helped out. You interviewed him.
Yes.
So we're all kind of like a team.
Yes. Okay. I did know, and I interviewed him like in our closet for him, and he did like 5 freestyles.
Yeah, I saw.
He did a freestyle, but he tried to do it like 5 times, so we only put in the good one.
Oh,
last.
Okay. That makes sense.
It was a process. It was like 20 minutes. It took him like a good 10 minutes to get it right. Yeah, it was fun though. It was a lot of fun.
Good
he didn't
experience.
end up promoting the show, but it's okay. Yeah. But tell me about your team. So who else is on this team of yours?
Well, yeah, like I said, there's Chris, and then there's Skip, and his manager Brian, who is, he's definitely a good friend of mine. Like all of them have been very helpful and giving me great advice. I also have a manager, Patty. She's a longtime friend of mine. We grew up since we were kids, pretty much. She's the only childhood friend that I have. Okay. Because I've moved around a lot in my life. So, so she's helped me as well too with certain, technical stuff, behind the scenes type of things, artist development stuff. But I'm truly grateful for her. All my friends, supporters, fans that are to come, grateful for them as well too.
What does she do as your manager?
Well,
Does she beat people up?
No, she doesn't beat people up. There's no need for her to beat people up.
Type of manager. But I have a manager like that.
Really?
I send whenever there's trouble with the show, I send them to the house.
I can't relate. I never had any sort of troubles, and even if I do, there's a thing called karma, so I don't worry about that.
Every week what I usually do is I like intimidate the guests to come on the show. Like I send someone to their house and we basically threaten them to come on the show. That's why I've had so many guests on.
Interesting.
And like if they don't promote it, I also
also intimidate them.
Send someone. Sometimes I show up alone because I'm like I would consider myself intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of people are intimidated by like skinny Asian people.
Okay.
And so that's what I do. Intimidate people to come on. Okay. But you didn't have to be intimidated, so.
Yeah, no.
Because you had a manager, so it worked out.
Yeah, it did.
But yeah, that's what I usually do. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of like an organized crime syndicate here, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah, like we run drugs and stuff.
Interesting.
Well,
I won't tell anyone, you know.
Yeah.
Keep it hush hush.
Hush hush. We'll cut this part. This part's like getting cut out of the interview too, because I know like some FBI people. I don't want to get in trouble. Like, you know.
I wouldn't want to get in trouble either.
One time they knocked, like at midnight, they knocked down the door of my house because something I said in the show. And they arrested me. It wasn't a good sight.
Oh boy.
Embarrassing. We should have been recording it. Could have gone some views.
That must have been interesting.
Yeah. So tell me about your career as an artist. Like, what got you started?
Well, I started back in 2019 when I graduated college. I released my first ever single as a recording artist, 2020, called On My Own.
Okay.
And backtrack. I started singing when I was around the age of 7 years old, I would say. Okay. And ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to sing. Mm-hmm. But the very first time I performed, which was 15, that's when I was like, okay, we want to do this as a career. And then when I was in college, I was making a lot of connections with people that were in the music scene. And then from there, when I graduated school, that's when I was like, okay, now that we're done with school, we can actually go full force on this. Okay. And that's pretty much what I did. And since then, you know, I've been making connections here and there, getting to know new people, obviously continuously working on new music, still working on my craft, still working on my brand, and, you know, just going up from there. You know, I mean, my biggest goal, I would say, or the artist I would want to become, is an international performing artist. So that's, you know, how I see myself as.
What's your heritage? What's your background?
Yeah. My father is Cuban. Okay. And my mother's Dominican. Yep. Yeah. And I was born here.
Shout out to the Cuban Missile Crisis. It's a good part in history, right? That was pretty good, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
I like that one. That's one of my favorite crises in history. I wrote a paper on it once.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah,
it's a topic that a lot of people like to talk about.
I'll send you the paper. I'm sure it'd be
perfect. I would love to read it.
It's hanging up in libraries all across the world.
Perfect.
So you're a Latino artist. I'm
a Latin artist.
Okay,
yes.
jump to skip. Also Latino artist. Okay.
Yeah, I consider myself as a Latin R&B soul artist.
So international. No, that's a good point. I think as an artist, you definitely need to like be, you know, have like an international like attraction, because you never know which market will like you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, exactly. Like maybe the American market you don't take off the American market, but maybe they love you in Mexico and India, and there's plenty of big population there, you know? Exactly. Yeah. But okay. So your options. Where did you go to college? You talked about this college a lot. What's your alma mater?
So I went to Emmanuel College in Boston. Okay. Yeah, okay. I majored in communications, minored in psychology.
Wait, is that an all-girls school?
It used to be, but it's co-ed now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, damn. I thought the all-girls school thing was kind of freaky. Well, I mean, I obviously can't. I obviously can't do that. Can't attend one of those. Right. So maybe nowadays I don't know. But I did attend an all-boys high school though. So
interesting. What was it, BCI?
No, close though. Yeah, I'll give you one more guess.
Honestly, I don't think I would know.
No worries. Bone Catholic, and you know what? Yeah, it's like it's a step below. Okay. In terms of money, it's like a step 2 steps below. No. Ethan wasn't a big fan, but it was you know. But so Emmanuel College, you went to Emmanuel College, and did you like it there? Tell me about you said you networked with a lot of artists and
yeah, like I would say people in general, like people, I try to connect with people that were like going to Berkeley at the time because Berkeley was very close from my school.
Yeah.
Wasn't really far at all. And then like other people, I used to like perform at different showcases. I used to also model different events too. So I always tried to immerse myself in different things. I never really stuck. So Emmanuel has a very small campus. Yeah. It's like Emmanuel has its own community, right? Mm-hmm. So I always ventured out. I always went to other colleges like BU, Northeastern, Wentworth, like any of the colleges that were around. Like I said, Berkeley, like all the types of colleges, just to kind of, that's kind of in a sense how I started to grow my fan base, in a sense, my network. So, yeah.
And that's what you got to do if you go to school in Boston, right?
Yes.
Because
it's very easy campus, right? Exactly. Yeah. If you were to go to school in Boston, it's very easy to kind of know all the other schools. I know for some people who went to school outside of Boston, it was kind of a little bit difficult because if you went to like UMass Dartmouth, you're not around much. So you have to really stay there. But yeah, going to school in Boston definitely benefited me. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
What did you think of the Berkeley school crowd?
I didn't think they were bad at all. I thought they were very obviously artistic. Yes. I actually wanted to go to Berkeley, and unfortunately I couldn't because Berkeley is expensive. But, it is what it is. But I still hope to at least one day have some sort of connection with Berkeley, if possible. But yeah, they're cool.
Shout out to Berkeley, by the way. A lot of talented people there. A lot of
yes,
I know a couple
very talented.
They're very musical, and they learned all of it there, of course. Well, some of it there.
Yeah, some of it there.
For it. Mm-hmm. And shout out to them. Shout out to them. That's definitely like it's like a different crowd than I guess what we spend our time, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, definitely, if you're not the artistic type, you're probably not gonna mesh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's different when you're hanging. It's like this. It's different when you're hanging out with creatives. Yeah. Whether you're an artist, model, a painter, whatever it is, it's different, right? Mm-hmm. But when you're hanging out, with people, like if you're actually like that and you're hanging out with those type of people, then you'll feel kind of like at home. You'll feel comfortable. Yeah.
I see. I see. So do you also do modeling? And I mean, I knew that before because I do my research sometimes. But so tell me about your modeling career a little bit.
Yeah, modeling. So modeling, I started very young as well too. I started taking it seriously when I was in middle school. Okay. And as I got older, I still wanted to work on it, but I started doing it more when I was actually in college. Okay. At the time when I was in school at Emmanuel, an ex-friend of mine, she was really into photography. She was trying to, kind of, I guess you could say learn her craft or whatever. And so I pretty much asked her like, oh, could I be like your practice model? Mm-hmm. And then from there, I just started like doing a lot of photo shoots. I started being connected to other photographers. And then eventually I started doing fashion shows. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I just kind of continued doing that. And then right now I'm still working on my portfolio. I would love to work on my modeling career a lot, but it is kind of a lot to deal with when I'm working on my music career. And I've sometimes had people who said, oh, why don't you prioritize your modeling over your music? Which I don't know why, because I know I'm not a bad singer. I'm not trying to be egotistical, but it's just, I feel like either way, both of them.
It seemed like it came from a place of bitter. I mean, it seemed like you had more to say on that, but we'll circle back.
Yeah. But both of them, I feel like I'm really good at, and so I definitely do want to continue to, with like building my portfolio, continue to connect with other models, eventually agencies, stuff like that, and just, go from there.
So the people that tell you to do models, so what are they? You don't think they believe in you?
Probably they just don't like my music.
It's not everyone's gonna like it, right? Screw them.
It's okay.
Do what you got to do.
People have their own flavors.
Yeah, exactly. Not everyone's gonna support you, and you know what? Whatever, right? Yeah. Whatever. But as a model, I've been. People have made fun of my posing sometimes.
Why?
Because I'm an awkward poser. Like they said I don't have the mean mug. I don't know what that means. So as a model, could you give me a couple of tips how to pose?
Biggest thing is you got to be comfortable in front of like being in front of the mirror.
Okay.
You know, so you have to be comfortable staring at yourself. You have to be comfortable being in front of a camera, and you have to be comfortable having people be around you. Because most of the time when you're doing a photo shoot, there's going to be tons of people there, right? If you're like trying to actually, have like a modeling career in a sense. And sometimes you'll do photo shoots like outside when there's people walking by, like there's going to be a lot of eyes on you. You have to be comfortable in your own skin as well, So definitely practicing your poses in front of the mirror would always benefit you. Seeing, okay, if I look this way, I actually have a good, profile or side profile. If I pose like this, that would work. If I pose like this, that doesn't work. So practice makes perfect, as they say. And then the last tip I have is just be you. Just be you. Every model is different. Not every model is the same. And I feel like that's the one thing I always heard when it came to modeling, and also music, but mostly modeling is just like, be you, like be unique. You don't have to look like everyone else, So
be comfortable. And yeah, that's really good. I think that, and I'm going to look in the mirror more and work on the posing. That's what I'm going to do.
You should.
Ethan's going to see me in the mirror just striking a pose,
There you
pose.
The
next cover of Vogue.
There you go.
I'll send you my profile, and then you can give me some tips.
Yes, definitely. I'm here to help.
There's probably some things I could work on, but
definitely here to help.
Yeah. Anyways, so what's it like? These fashion shows. Like, what's it like modeling for? You said a lot of people, and is it kind of nerve wracking going into it?
It can be at times. Yeah. It's kind of interesting because obviously I performed in front of tons of people.
That's true.
But I think the difference with performing on the stage, you literally can see people's reactions as you're performing, if you're literally looking at them. When you're modeling, you may not really pay attention to people's reactions because you're so focused on maybe your walk or just, okay, let me just make sure I do everything okay. And, you don't even pay attention to the people that are literally watching you from the sides or from the front or whatever it may be,
Yeah.
So, but definitely if you're just new to it, it can definitely be nerve-wracking because you're worried about like your walk. You're worried if you're walking too fast, walking too slow, do you look good in the outfit, stuff like that.
And then, so to get it clear, because I don't know anything, you're modeling different outfits.
Yes, there have been times where I've done a fashion show and where like I was just modeling for one designer or I was modeling for another designer, and you're wearing, different outfits depending what the designer designs.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool. So I'll go back to your music career. We talked a lot about you, and I know I know you wanted to talk about both, but I know you're trying to focus more on music right now. So what do you like about performing in front of people, and where have you performed and everything? Yeah.
Well, I'll say for the question where I performed. So when I was in college, like I said, I performed at a lot of the colleges around. Obviously, I performed at Emmanuel. I performed at BU. I performed at Northeastern. I performed, trying to think of another school. I performed at Simmons College. I performed at, where else? I can't really think of. I did perform obviously when I was in my high school.
Okay.
But yeah, as I started to venture off, I performed at the W Hotel in Boston.
That's nice.
Yeah, that was a very nice experience. I performed at a few venues now. Like I performed at what's it called, in Providence.
Have you did Sammy's Patio? It's very high class.
I performed there.
Do you think it's similar to the W? Like, how similar is it to the W?
Not at all.
Really?
No.
You sure?
No. W is definitely more high.
You're not lying. You're not messing with me, right?
No.
I'd say it's similar to the W.
You think so?
That's high.
Sammy's Patio over here.
Yeah. Like you see the patio, they have a really nice view.
Really?
You can see like a couple of the cars. You can see the blue line and the fence that is in front of the blue line. You can see some graffiti. I think it's pretty scenic.
You think so?
You know? Yeah.
Pretty, what is it, aesthetically appealing?
Aesthetically, I would do a model photo shoot there. That's, yeah. You should take my advice.
Oh, I'm meant to know.
Yeah. Store it in your head.
Yep.
It's beautiful there. Let me tell you, you just don't see the beauty there. It's something else. That's all I'm going to say. But but what do you like? Do you like performing?
I actually enjoy performing.
Yeah.
I literally love the very last place I can think of that I performed was actually I think the Middle East, and it's just that night is every time I perform, but that night specifically, it just reminded me so much of the reason why I love performing, and it's because I feel like that's another way for me to connect with people. Right? Or with the crowd in the sense. It's really nice. I'm so nice to study people. It's just something I do or whatever because I'm a very curious person. But it's just very nice when I'm just performing and I'm just seeing people's reactions. Of course, sometimes I notice some people that are like probably just like talking or whatever. And then there's some people that are like actually like really like watching and stuff and observing in a sense. And it's just very interesting to me. Yeah. And it's interesting when I see like the way people like react depending how I sing, whether like they're happy or they're like sad because they're feeling like my emotion as I'm performing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's just very interesting. And I like to talk to the crowd. It can be nerve wracking because sometimes I'm like, oh fuck, like what am I going to say? Yeah. Type of thing, depending on the crowd. And, I always try to keep it like whatever short and sweet, but yeah, I really do enjoy it. It's nice. It's like home to me.
You like studying the crowd, interacting.
Yeah.
All that. Do you have a name for you said you had a fan base, right? Yelena?
It's getting there. Yeah.
Okay. You need to come up with a nickname for your fans. Like,
I don't even know.
You know how Beyonce has the beehive?
Beehive, yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to call mine. Maybe I'm going to call them like the Stalkers or something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a few of those, It wouldn't be so bad, would it?
I don't think so.
Every artist, I think you've made it if you have stalkers, in my opinion.
True.
If you have people like trying to go crazy writing letters of, like Stan from Eminem.
Oh yeah.
They're like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want some crazy fan writing me letters, and then they want to be on the show so bad, and they don't get on the show, so they drive their car off. Well, that got a little dark. But there are people out there. Well, that's all I'm going to say. I hope they're not watching this right now. But they probably skipped this part. But yeah. So music, modeling, you do a lot. You have many hats. Is that fair to say?
I would say so, yeah.
Did I miss any hats that you want to mention?
I mean, I do like to dance. That's the biggest thing I would like to do.
Really?
Eventually when I, continue to perform and do more music is incorporate dancing in my performances.
I've done like, I do video, not to brag, plugging myself, I do some videography sometimes a lot of times on the song. Okay, whatever. But I once did like a dance performance, and it was like a dance studio, and they took a lot of like younger, young girls, like 16-year-olds, like there were like 5-year-olds there. There was like 16. There was like adults like us there, but it was definitely unique seeing that. It kind of reminded me of like that show Dance Moms, stuff like that whole scene, the whole dance scene. It seems like it's very like high pressure. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Is that fair to say? Do you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like there was like a 15-year-old that performed. Who was that? Selena. Was that the singer that passed away? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's the one
that she performed like "I Will Survive" and
Oh yes. Oh, she did like a mix.
Yeah.
Her very last concert. Yeah, she did "I'll Survive" with On the Radio or something. Yeah. It was like a mix of like 70 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I'm just mentioning because it was definitely very unique. Seeing that side of the music scene and the dancing and all that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was for me, but it was interesting. So dancing, that was irrelevant, but dancing, modeling, singing. Okay. Yeah. And where'd you get this watch and that chain? You gotta plug your jewelry real quick.
Honestly, this is Walmart. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
I'm glad you're honest. You know what? I am glad that you're on. And okay, another question, because we've had artists in the past. You know, they have a huge following, but then you end up promoting the show and it doesn't add up. Have you bought followers in your career?
No, I never found the need to.
Yeah, right.
I never found the need to. But what I don't understand is people that follow you, they never like your stuff.
I get that all the time.
I don't understand that. I just really don't. I mean, I know some people don't really take Instagram, like social media in general, seriously. And I feel like you shouldn't, because you just never know what can happen one day, right? Like social media one day could disappear and, you know. But either way, I just don't really like ghost followers. I don't agree with it. And me personally, if I follow you on Instagram, I have no issues liking your stuff. If I happen to not see it, it's because I happen not to see it, because sometimes Instagram can be weird. But it's just, I don't understand, like, people who just.
And you know what? What also drives me crazy is they don't like it, but then if they see me in person, they're like, "Oh, I really like that."
Yes,
but I didn't see you like.
I've gotten that a lot.
You've gotten that a lot. I feel like that happens a lot, and I've heard that's a thing specific to like Boston. I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to call anyone, but maybe if you move to Atlanta or something, you have no ghost followers. They all, like, I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. Every state is different, you know? You know?
And like, I feel like artists are kind of like, people are competitive, so they're watching you low key, but they don't like it. And then, but if they see you in person and you say they like it,
they'll
like,
say
maybe
something.
they low key, like, they're like, okay, let's see what I can do better. Maybe that's my theory, because I know our creative stuff is competitive, whatever you do.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
And it's a lot of ego.
Very much. What do you mean, ego?
It's just when I say that, I mean, like you said, there's people that like feel like they always have to be in competition with other people. Others feel like they can't ask for help to other creatives or artists because the person won't help them because, you know, they're too prideful to give certain information away. And if they give certain information away, then, you know, like stuff like that, like that has a lot to do with your ego. And I don't believe in that. I feel like, and I'm not saying that just because, you know, I'm on camera, but that's literally how I am as a person. Like, I really don't mind helping others. I really don't mind giving others certain information. Like, I've had people all the time ask me, like, oh, who can I go to if I want to start modeling? Or who can I go to if I want to start, you know, doing music or start singing and stuff? And it's like, why wouldn't I not give you the information?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm not going to be cutthroat with the other shows and stuff like that. Like, it just.
Yes, I know shows sometimes can have competitions against each other, which, you know.
I am like a little, but I'm not going to like be a dick. I mean, I'm not going to be a dick. Like, I'll help them out. Like, in the end, like, I'm not cutthroat like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, you know, you dance, you model, you sing. So I'm going to give you the option, you know. Sometimes the artists do the rappers, they come on, they do like a little freestyle. But I want you to like showcase your talents a little bit, you know. Do you want to do like a dance or a freestyle or something? If you don't, it's all good. Do you have something if you don't, it's all good. But do you have something you want to show off to the fans, the millions?
Yeah, I'll freestyle.
You'll freestyle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't stretch, so I'm not prepared to dance.
Okay. You had to stretch before you? Like yoga?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See, I know nothing. I don't even dance when I go to the club. I'm the kid that stands in the stands.
You're not the only one. A lot of people do that nowadays.
Yeah. I don't talk to any girls when I go to the club.
Oh, goodness.
All right, go off.
All right. Let's see. Like a legit freestyle?
Yeah.
Okay. Spanish, English, doesn't matter?
Skip to the Spanish one.
Okay, Spanish.
Yeah. Yo hablo un poco español.
Okay, good one.
Yeah, terrible accent, right?
I'm not judging.
Seems like you are.
No, never.
Okay. Well,
I don't want to be rude.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you.
You're welcome.
I won't send anybody to your house after this week.
Sounds good.
You're welcome.
All right. Cuando yo te vi cerca las estrellas, cuando yo te quise amar. Please hear me calling out your name. Please, are you going to say que me amas, que tú me amas? I know you think about me all the time. So di que me amas, oh, dígame que me amas, oh, I promise you I'll be the best thing that ever happened in your lives. So please tell me. There you go.
That was awesome. Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot. So was that like a sample from one of your songs, or is that something?
No, that was completely freestyle.
That was beautiful. Who said, it's one of those people that say you can't sing, okay? You know what? Take them to the curb. All right. Keep doing your thing, with the music. You'll get the fans, and you're going to nickname them. And then you're going to tell me about the stalkers that you have. And I'm like, you got to hire this new security team. I had stalkers like that. I'm going to refer you to these people. And you're like, okay, thank you. And then I'll got you covered. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Your beautiful voice in all seriousness. And yeah, thank you for coming on. Do you have any last words for the people out there?
Well, I just want to say again, thank you to all my supporters. Thank you to you. I'm extremely grateful to be on your show.
Yeah.
And for those, who are watching, please feel free to follow me on Yelena Art Music. You'll find all my most recent music on there, my interviews, music video, etc. And don't be scared to message me. I don't bite.
Oh, he doesn't. What other interviews have you done?
Well, recently I actually did an interview with Inside the Maze.
Okay.
And then I also did an interview for this other platform that's based they're actually from Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah, they're a very small platform, but it was really nice. I known the person, one of the people that's in charge of it. His name is Malone, and I've known him since probably like post-pandemic. So yeah.
So how I said I wasn't competitive earlier. It's not true. I'm super. But is this the best one that you've done?
Yeah, of course. I love it.
Oh my God! Thank you so much. I'm definitely not holding a gun up to your head, right?
No.
You're not scared to say that, right?
I would never scared of anything.
Yeah, you're not intimidated. There's nothing intimidating about it.
No.
Yeah. Good.
Am I intimidated?
Well, the security back there, make sure that.
Okay, he's cool. I'll be.
No, you're not. You said you don't bite.
Sometimes.
Oh, who do you bite?
I can't tell you. I can't mention this on camera.
You're not comfortable?
No.
Wow. I thought I was open enough.
I want to keep this PG.
All right, fine, keeping it PG. One last thing. What do you think of this whole Boston music scene? Do you like it?
Well, it's a big difficult for an artist like me that's in the genre that I'm in, to be honest. But at the same time, the genre that I'm in.
The genre.
Yeah. There's not a lot of Latin artists out here.
Okay.
Which I know someday I'm gonna have to leave Boston behind and, just excel in other places, which is okay. But there's its pros and cons. And my hope is that at least I can create some sort of fan base here, at least make a name for myself here. Mm-hmm. Doesn't have to be huge, but at least when I ever come back here later in the future, people know who I am or hear of my music. And I know I will get there. I'm trying to be patient. I try not to be hard on myself because I know I'm just in the beginning of all of this, and I'm a rookie. I feel like, I'm not an artist that's been doing this for more than 5 years, which that's why I'm grateful for all the things that have happened and all the connections I made. But at the same time, like the Boston music scene, it is mostly geared towards hip hop and rap, and that's okay. But I guess that's more of a reason that, you know, I can stand out from the rest. Is my hope.
Where would you go? You said you were probably in Believing. Where do you think you'll go?
Honestly, the places I always think of in mind is either New York, Miami, Texas, and then of course LA.
And a lot of because of a lot of Latino artists are there. So you're going to go where a lot of artists similar to you are.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Exactly.
I see. And maybe you'll collab and do whatever.
Yes, that is what I plan to do.
Because there's more of a Latin music scene there.
Yes, and community.
Yeah. I see. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, you already know what you're going to do. And you know what? It's a marathon, not a sprint, right?
Exactly.
You know, so maybe someone is going, yeah, like just pace yourself. You don't have to release music next week. Like just pace yourself. That's, I don't know. I mean, I haven't blown up, but I'd say just in life general, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah,
you know, whatever. But thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
One last handshake. Last handshake. Oh wait, what's this tattoo? Is it a rose?
Yes, it is.
Okay, shout out to the rose. Oh, did you get your nails done?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm honored. For the show? For the show?
Yes.
Oh my, I am so. Shout out to your nail people real quick. Shout them out.
Actually, it's press-ons from Amazon. Girls on a budget.
Shout out to Jeff Bezos. Shout out to Jeff Bezos then. Come on. He's a billionaire. And wait. Who else you want to shout out? Give me a couple of shout outs.
Like I said, I'll give a shout out to my parents who support me, my friends who support me, that help me as well too, are always engaged. You guys know who you are. I don't have to say all your names because it's a lot of you guys I'm grateful for. You know, my team, like I said, Chris, Skip, Brian, Amanda, Patty, like there's so many people that I can name. Okay. You guys, your show, extremely grateful for. Want to give a shout out. And
I was waiting for that.
Yes. And I definitely want to give a shout out to my future fans that I know will be coming
your
my
future
way.
fans.
Yes.
And I'd like to shout out to Dua Lipa, Doja Cat. Yeah, shout them out. Shout out to Dua Lipa.
Okay, nice.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Of course, thank you.
Adam Lew 22 Instagram. People already know my Instagram. I don't plug myself. All right, interview out, baby.